If you've been scrolling through the news lately, you've probably seen some wild headlines about the Calgary real estate market. Now, some outlets are saying the market is crashing, we're toast, while others are saying it's an absolute pressure cooker out there. So what's going on? What's the actual truth? Well, the Calgary Real Estate Board, or CREB, just released the official data for June. And if there's one thing my many years on the police force has taught me, is you can't just take a headline at face value. You have to look at the evidence, you have to break down the data. Because right now, the data is telling us that we don't just have one real estate market in Calgary. We actually have two completely different stories playing out at the exact same time. Whether you are looking to buy, sell, or just want to know what your home value is right now, let's get into the straight facts and see what went down in June. Let's start with the citywide overview. Now in June, Calgary saw 2,197 total residential sales. Now that's a slight bump up from May, but it's actually down 4% compared to this time last year. The total citywide benchmark price came in at $572,000 and change. Now that's down about 2% year over year. Now on paper, a headline might read, Calgary's home prices are dropping, but that aggregate number is incredibly misleading. If you go into the market relying on that one citywide average, you're setting yourself up for failure. Here's what is actually happening underneath the surface. Let's look at the first major story, apartment-style condos. This segment is experiencing a massive shift. For the past couple of years, developers and builders have been building at record highs, and a ton of that high-density inventory hit the market all at once. At the same time, the massive wave of interprovincial migration has really slowed, especially since 2025 and Trump. Less extreme demand plus a major influx of listing means one thing: an absolute buyer's market for condos. Simple supply and demand economics. Right now, Calgary has nearly 5 months of condo supply sitting on the market. The benchmark price for an apartment dropped to $299,000, which is a steep annual decline of almost 9%. And if you look specifically at the Northeast and East districts, condo prices are down over 14% year over year. If you are a condo buyer right now, you have serious leverage. You have room to negotiate, you don't need to rush into a blind bidding war, you can actually put conditions on your offers. But if you're trying to sell a condo, you need strict pricing discipline. Buyers have options. And if you want to test the market with unrealistic price, well, it's going to sit pretty much forever. Now let's flip the script on the second story, detached homes. This is a completely different case file. While the condo market is flooded, detached home supply remains incredibly tight. We're sitting at just under 3 months of supply citywide, keeping the segment firmly balanced to a seller, depending on price point and community. The detached benchmark price held remarkably resilient at $750,000 and change, which is barely 1% scratch from last year. But here's the kicker: location is everything. If you're looking at a detached home in the West District, for example, or city center, demand is highly concentrated, and we are actually seeing record high benchmark prices in those areas. So if you're a buyer thinking you can walk into a beautiful detached home in the West and throw out a massive lowball offer because the market is cooling, I'm telling you right now, your offer is going to go straight into the trash. You need to be highly competitive. So what is the ultimate takeaway here from the June data? The Calgary market is adjusting, but it isn't crashing. It's balancing out. The total sales to new listings ratio also climbed to 56% in June, which tells us the pace of inventory buildup is starting to slow down. The market is actively looking for its floor. If you're a buyer, the Wild West days of a year ago are largely behind us. You have more breathing room, especially in the high density market. If you're a seller, the strategy has shifted. You can no longer just throw a sign on the yard, pick a random high number, and expect 10 offers by Monday. You need a precise, strategic plan based on your exact neighborhood and your exact property type. Real estate isn't about guesswork, it's about navigating the reality of the street level. If you want to know exactly how these June numbers impact your specific neighborhood, or you want a no-nonsense look at what your home is worth today, reach out to me. No pressure, no sales pitches, just the straight facts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next update.